In this week's Parsha, there's a list of the curses that befall Klal Yisrael in certain situations. Rashi asks the question, what is the difference between the curses in this week's Parsha, Parshas Savo, and the curses that we've had previously in Parshas B'chukaisai? And Rashi answers that previously in Parshas B'chukaisai the curses were said by the Rabbeinu Shalom, but over here they were said by Moshe Rabbeinu. And as the Lashon of Rashi, Hakel Moshe B'klolosav, Moshe Rabbeinu spoke over here in a softer way, in a milder, more calm way. And the question is why? Why did Moshe Rabbeinu speak this way? And I think the answer is that even though something sometimes needs to be said, but it depends how we say it, and the tone of our voice can change everything. There was an old Yid in the shtetl in Europe who owned a store, and his son came to him one day and said, "My dear father, there's no business for me here. I would love to travel to a faraway place and make money myself. Will you lend me some money? Help me start my business." So the father says, "My dear son, sure, no problem." He gives him an amount of money and he wishes him well, and the son goes on his way. After a couple of months, a telegram comes into the father. It's from the son, and the father is so excited. He received a letter from his son, but the problem is that he can't read the letter. He's not able to read the words. He's not able to read. So as soon as the store opens up in the morning, he finds the very first person, a grumpy old man that has walked into his store, and he said, "Oh please, will you read this letter? It's from my son. I really want to know what it says." And the old man says, "Okay, I don't have time for this, but I'll read it to you. Dear father, I've run out of money. I need more money. Thank you." And the father heard this. He said, "What? That's how my son speaks to me? After everything I gave him?" And the whole day he was sad. At the end of the day he said, "I want to read the letter again." And there was an old man in his store who this time had a little bit more time, a little bit more happy, more upbeat. And he said to him, "Please, will you read this letter to me? It's from my son. I can't read it." And the old man says, "Sure, I have all the time in the world." And he reads the letter and he says, "Dear father, I've run out of money. Please will you send more? Thank you, your son." And all of a sudden, the father felt like $1 million. That's what my son meant. You know, so many times in our relationships, in our communication, things need to be said. Whether it's to our children, our spouses, our workmates, our friends, our family members. But it depends how we say it. And the tone of voice can change everything. That's what Moshe Rabbeinu is teaching in this week's Parsha. Have a wonderful Shabbos.
To listen to more by Rabbi Avi Wiesenfeld, visit